Kwembusa baba minvoni na mintirho na lava hinkwako na nghena vusala va pfala.
Yo, my girl.
Fole na chela byala na xava timbuti na tlhava tinjeti na hisa mapalo na boha.
Thokozani Ndawe. Welcome to my YouTube channel. For those of you who are returning to this channel, thank you so much. And for those of you who are new to this channel, I hope you do stick around, and you can do that by clicking the subscribe button down below and become a part of this family. Yo, I haven't done one of these videos in a very long time, and let me tell you how excited I am to be doing a spiritual video. I had promised my online spiritual babies a spiritual video next. Since last I shot a story time, a very juicy one. So yeah, if you don't know about that, please go back to my previous video, go and watch that. I do story times as well. I also do lifestyle and motherhood content. I also do vlogging, but today I am back with a spiritual video, and I want to give you a few tips on how you can connect to your ancestors. This video is for anyone who's trying to connect with their ancestors, whether you have a spiritual calling or not, as long as you are trying to get in tune with yourself so that you can connect with your ancestors for spiritual purposes. This is the video for you. This video is also going to be helpful a lot for those of you who already know that you have a spiritual calling. There's something that you need to do, but you can't seem to connect to your ancestors, or you just feel like you are detached from your ancestors are not hearing you, or you're not hearing them. You just cannot seem to communicate with them, and you are dying. You are desperate to communicate with your ancestors so that you can understand them better and know what to do with your life. Number 1, cleansing. I don't know why people don't like to cleanse, but cleansing will save your life. You need to cleanse. Guys, we live in a world that is spiritually polluted. Our world is so spiritually polluted, and we come across different spirits every day that we are unaware of, and sometimes we are even aware of, especially if you are spiritually woke already, and you can already see and feel things. You know when you are spiritually polluted, you know when your things are stuck. And let me tell you, Amadlozi, they don't like dirty places. They don't like dirty places at all. And so if you find yourself dirty spiritually, you will have to cleanse in order for you to be able to understand and hear and connect with your ancestors. They cannot connect with you because you simply are dirty. Your spirit is dirty, your body is dirty. How are they going to communicate with you? Because they don't like anything that is polluted. So if your body is polluted, you need to cleanse. And there's so many things that can pollute your body. It could be that you had sexual intercourse with someone who is involved with dark spirits. It could be that someone that you're sleeping with is from a bad home. They also don't know about it, but that person that you slept with is under a very active generational curse from their family, and you didn't know that, and you so happen to have sexual intercourse with them, and now whatever is affecting him and his family, or her and her family, you are now somehow also affected by it because of sexual intercourses. There are so many things that can happen during sexual intercourse. When it comes to the spiritual realm, we are just vessels. Your body is just a vessel. A person's body is just a vessel that is carrying your spirit. So this also means it can carry other spirits which do not have to be human, and these spirits sometimes slow down our life and block and causes a lot of blockages. So you need to cleanse in order for you to be able to hear and communicate with your ancestors, because your ancestors will not be able to get through to you because of the blockages that you have in your life, because you are dirty. Sometimes you can find, do you know that you can just walk into somebody's yard, it's a heavy place, and then just because you stepped on it, when you walk out, now you take a part of the darkness of that yard that you went into. There's just so many things that happen. You can go to the graveyard and and next thing you know it, you are dirty. It could be a lot of things, guys. It could be a lot of things. You could be friends with someone who has an active curse on them, and that thing can actually jump into you. It's actually contagious. You can have a friend. You can also have a friend or someone close by who has an active curse going on in their life, and yeah, it can be contagious. And lastly, you need to cleanse, because you have enemies. You might have an enemy that is sending attacks your way, is sending darkness your way, is sending blockages your way. You need to cleanse. You need to cleanse in order for you to be able to communicate with your ancestors. You need to be clean. You need to be spiritually clean. So cleansings are very important. Go and find a healer that you trust. Let that person take you to a river and cleanse you at the river for spiritual purposes, so that you can be able to connect with your ancestors because you are clean. Number 2 is diet. Hey, we eat a lot of junk food, and most of today's food is just not real food. A lot of our food is processed and it's not real food, and this is not what our ancestors ate. So because of these things that we are eating and we're polluting our bodies, it makes it hard for us to be able to communicate with our ancestors, or for us to be able to hear what they're trying to say, because of what we are eating. Now, you need to switch your diet. You need to switch your diet during that time where you are trying to dream better, or see visions better, or hear better, because this is how you communicate with your ancestors. You communicate with your ancestors via dreams, via visions. You don't have to be sleeping to communicate or to see. You can have visions while you're awake during broad daylight like this. I can have a vision, yes. You also communicate by hearing. You have to hear. So these 3 things you need to hear, and you need to sense. Your senses, they need to work. They need to work. So if your third eye is closed, you will not be able to see any visions. If you sleep, you will not be able to dream. And you will not be able to hear. Your body just won't be alert, also because of what you're eating. So this means you need to eat better. You need to try and go back to the diet of our ancestors. And I'm talking about eating things like moro. Yes, your vegetables, moro, and very little to no oil. And I know this is very hard, but it's possible, it's doable. Very little to no oil. Go back to eating potatoes. Go back to eating masonja, mopanu worms, if you can come across them. This year we don't have them because of the heat waves. Yes, but we do have those that are dried in storage. Our ancestors used to eat things like masonja. They used to eat majenje. They used to eat miro. Also, there's so many vegetables that you can eat. Miro itele, guys. Matsabu matele. You can eat a lot of miro. Nuts, peanuts, yes. You can eat mgayu. And I'm not talking about the pap that we get from Spar and ShopRite. If you can find someone who's producing mabele pap, that would be great. Eat that. Drink a lot of water. Stay away from cold drinks, guys. Cold drinks and sodas, no. Let's stay away from those things. Sugars, yes. So basically, you need to go on a clean diet for that time period where you are trying to communicate with your ancestors, and try and stay off things like magwinya, pizza, mazimba, all those things that are not real food. you stay off those things for a while and change your diet. Try and make it a clean diet for as long as you can, because at that moment you're trying to communicate with your ancestors. This also goes for people who are also trying to find their gobela, trying to navigate their way through their spiritual journey, because they know they have a calling. This is a very helpful tip. Change your diet, change the way you eat, so that you can be able to hear your ancestors. Because a lot of times we make a lot of mistakes. We just go where we think we can find help, and then down the line you realize that actually you have wasted a lot of money and a lot of time. That is not where you were supposed to get help. You're not getting help, you're just getting worse, because you did not do these things that I'm telling you now. Number three is limiting technology. I know this is very hard because we live in such a technical world today. Everything is technology all over us. You're watching this video right now via technology, and I'm here telling you to limit that. But yes, you need to limit technology during the time when you are trying to communicate with your ancestors. Here is why. On our phones a lot. We are on our phones a lot. Oftentimes before we go to bed, we are on our phones for hours. We sleep on our phones. First thing you do in the morning when you wake up is go on your phone again. And yeah, you spend a lot of hours. Spend a lot of hours on your phone and neglecting real time. All the radio waves that you're busy taking in from the satellites just come in, and they just blind your third eye. You will not be able to dream properly. You will dream, and then you wake up, next thing you don't remember your dreams properly. You don't remember what you were being told. You know you had a spiritual encounter in your dream. You know you saw someone, but you can't pretty much remember the most important things about it, which is very sad, because now you need the details of the dreams in order for you to follow through with what you need to do in this physical realm. So switching off your phone, limiting your phone time is really going to help you limit your screen time. If you can deactivate some social media accounts for that time being, the social media account that you spend the most time on, deactivate it for that time being. You will come back to it. Trust me, it's not gonna go away. If you're not making money out of social media, even if you are at that time, if you're fine, just switch it off and focus on listening and on dreaming and on seeing. So you cannot do that. That really interrupts you. If you are a binge watcher of series on Netflix or Amazon or whatever TV that you watch, stay off that for a while. I promise you it's gonna do you some good. When you go to bed, switch off your phone, because if you go to bed and your phone is on, the radio activities that are coming in, if your mobile data is on or your Wi-Fi is connected to your phone, and then we mostly sleep with our phones under the pillows. This means it's the radio activities are close by, and it's just disturbing your dreaming and your seeing, and your ancestors trying to get to you. They cannot get to you properly. When you wake up, everything is gone. You're blank. You had an encounter, but now you're blank because of the radio activities that happen with our mobile phones. So switch off your phone. If possible, don't sleep next to your phone. If you can't switch off your phone because maybe you need to stay, because maybe you need it to be on during the night, do switch off your data, or just don't sleep with it under your pillow. Just put it on the other side, maybe next to your bed. You can switch off your data to limit the radio activities that are coming in your phone, so that you can dream better. Number 4, avoiding malicious behavior. Yes, avoiding malicious behavior. During the time when you're trying to connect with your ancestors, you need to stay clear from any bad behaviors. And I know we're not perfect. We're not perfect at all, but you know when you're doing something which is bad. You know when you're doing something which is bad. So if you know you're doing something which is bad at that time, try and avoid it. Stay away from it. Just don't do it. I'm talking about things like gossiping, bringing someone's name down, gossiping about someone, talking really, really bad about someone, wishing them bad stuff, dragging someone's name. Do not participate in those things. Stay away from places like clubs, taverns, and pubs. Just stay away from these places that people where people are free to do bad stuff. Stay away from those places for the time being where you're trying to communicate with your ancestors. Just stay away from taverns, stay away from pubs, clubs, stay away from house parties, stay away from partying. Just stay away from partying. Another really bad activity that you could be doing that you need to really, really avoid is having sex. Yes, you need to abstain. Yes, you need to abstain during the time when you're trying to communicate with your ancestor. Do not have any sexual intercourse. If you have a partner in your life that you have sexual intercourse with, please try and explain to them and let them know that you are going through something at that time. Can you please take a week off or some days off so that you do not have sexual intercourse? And I'm talking about all sexual activities, which means you're not doing anything that is related to sex. You are not, your sexual hormones are not supposed to be active during that time. They're not supposed to be activated by someone else. Also, stay away from watching pornography on your phone, because that is also part of sexual activities. So when I'm talking about abstaining, I'm talking about abstaining from all sexual activities. So no watching porn for some time, no masturbation, no having sexual intercourse with anyone, no oral sex with anyone. You just switch off that part of your life and stay away from it. You're gonna need to take some time off alcohol. Alcohol really does evoke spirits, and it does evoke spirits, and it does put in the wrong spirit into your body that can influence you to do certain things or say certain things during that time when you are intoxicated by alcohol. So alcohol is not good for you during the time when you're trying to communicate with your ancestors. Even if you do have an ancestor that was an alcoholic that is trying to come through, I promise you, drinking alcohol is not the way to communicate with that particular or certain ancestor. You need to stay off alcohol for some time so that you can be able to communicate better with your ancestors. If anything, if you are gonna use alcohol, you need to use it for spiritual purposes, and that means the alcohol goes to the ground, not into your body. Still on avoiding malicious behaviors, you are not going to be getting into any fights with anyone. If anyone tries you at that time, even if you know you can, just don't do it at that time. Don't do it at the time. Just tell yourself, I'm focusing on what I'm doing. There's something that I'm doing. I'm trying to do something better for myself, for my spirituality, and right now I'm not going to engage myself in any fights with anyone, in any unnecessary arguments with anyone. I'm going to try and stay calm and focused on what I'm doing. So you're going to have to avoid anyone that tries to temper you and try to play with your emotions. You're going to try and avoid anything that plays or messes with your emotions during that time. And last but not least, number 5, which is one of the most difficult things to do, isolation. Yeah, you need to isolate yourself because you cannot function in chaos when you're going through your spiritual journey. If your ancestors are trying to get to you or you're trying to get to them, if there's so much chaos going on around you, you just cannot function. You cannot function. You need to isolate yourself, which means you need to stay away from your friends. Yeah, you need to stay away from most people that you hang out with. So if people are trying to hang out with you, you're gonna have to tell them, oh no, I can't do it. Even if you can see, oh wow, I could really go out and smoke some habli with my friends, or I could really, which is very bad. Habli is bad for you, but yeah, I could go drinking, I could go hang out. Oh, I'm really bored, I'm really lonely, I'd like to go out. But if you know what you want and you know what you're going through, during that time you're going to have to isolate for some time, because honestly, your ancestors cannot get to you when you're too busy. When you're too busy going out and hanging out, always just chilling with your friends, always just somewhere doing something with some other people but yourself, your ancestors don't fit in there, because this is a personal thing. It is between you and your ancestor. You have to be one-on-one with your ancestors now, and now they can't get through to you because there's just other people that are in between, which are your friends and your people. I'm not saying cut out your friends or ruin your relationships or anything, but ask for some time. And if your friends and your partners, if they really do care about you, they will understand that this person needs some time for spiritual purposes, and they will respect that, and they will give you just that, which is your space. You need to isolate yourself from the world, from worldly activities for some time, and just be by yourself so that you can come into face with your ancestors. And when I say interface with your ancestors, I'm not saying that you're going to see your great grandfather's face. You might, yes, on very rare incidences, people do see their ancestors' faces, which I think is a very beautiful thing. But because you don't know them, you've never seen them, because most people are possessed by people, by ancestors that are from generations from way back, 4th, 5th, 6th, 8 generations back. So which of course you don't know that person, because these people are from like 400 years ago, 600 years ago. You wouldn't know them. So even if you came across them and see their face, you wouldn't know, unless this person really looks like you or really looks like someone that you know. You would know that, okay, I met my great-great-great-grandfather or great-great-grandmother or aunt or someone. But they do come in different ways. They can come in the form of an animal, they can come in the form of a snake, a cow, a lion, a tiger, birds, and sometimes also insects. They come in different ways. So yeah, you need to be able to see those things when you sleep. You need to encounter them sometimes even when you're alive. And also on rare instances, you can meet a spirit during the day. When you are walking outside, you can meet someone who is actually a spirit. People come across that a lot of times. So you will be very, you won't be able to see all of these things if you are not doing some of the things that I've been mentioning in this video. And of course, you are going to always have to phahla and pray. I'm not gonna mention this as part of the tips and give it number 6, because this is just something which is very mandatory, standard procedure. You just have to phahla. You have to phahla. You have to phahla, guys. If you don't know how to phahla, you need to learn. You need to learn how to phahla. Find someone in your family. Find someone in your family, an elder. Learn your lineage. Learn your lineage. Let that person teach you who you are. You don't have to know everyone in your lineage, because that is highly impossible. But if you can get a few people, your mother, your mother's mother, your father, you know what I mean. Learn your lineage, your father's side or your mother's side, does not matter which side. And if you don't know your parents, if you don't know your father, if you don't know your mother, if you're raised by someone else, there's things that you can do. You can go to a healer, and a healer will help you to connect with your ancestors. Or you can go as kangeni, guys, or a shituka, and just say, I don't know who I am. My ancestors, can you come to me and find me and help me? You do that outside of the yard that you grew up in, because that is not your home. So for example, if you grew up in someone else's home, your stepfather, your stepmother, or your aunt, or whoever, but those are not your parents, and you're not sure who your father is or who your mother is, you go to the veld, the mountains, or the river, and you pray there, and you ask your ancestors to find you. You are looking for them, and believe it or not, they will come and find you. So must always patla, guys. Standard procedure. Learn how to patla, and always talk to your ancestors. Patling may sound a little bit strange at first when you start, but it's just like praying, guys. You're talking to people that existed, people that are in your DNA, people that are there for you, people you're calling out to them, and you're asking them to hear you out, and you're asking them to come through to you so that they can guide you, because you are ready to follow their footsteps, and you're ready to answer your calling, and you are ready to do what they want you to do. So you need to pattern all the time. And there you have it, guys. Those are just some of the few tips that I can give you to help you to connect with your ancestors. There's a lot of other things that you can do, but these are just the 5 simple things that you can do to connect with your ancestors. I hope this video was helpful to someone. If you know of someone who this video might help, please do share this video. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I've been stuck on 500 and something. I think I'm now on 555. I'm trying to move up, guys. So if you can get me, guys, to 700 subbies, I'll be so happy for now, because obviously we're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. Yeah. So guys, I need you to subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to do better now with creating more content. Yes, because I do have a lot of time on my hands right now to create content. I don't see why I should not be creating content. So yes, so I am creating content. I have a lot of things to tell you guys, and I have a lot of things to teach you as well. So do subscribe to my channel. Be on the lookout for another spiritual video. I will not be uploading a spiritual video next. I'll be uploading another story time and hopefully a lifestyle vlog soon. So do stay on my channel. It's a vibe over here, because we don't do only spiritual videos, we do lifestyle as well, we do story times as well, we just be real here, we do motherhood as well, we're an all-rounder channel. So why not stick around this channel? It's the full package. You get help with your spirituality, you get plugs here and there, you get juicy story times here and there, motherhood here and there. Everything is in this channel, so why not subscribe to my channel? It's absolutely free. Do subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys on the next video. I love you so much. Thokozani, stay blessed.